let's get right into it. What's up, guys? I am back with another video. Anyway, so if you haven't noticed, something's a little brighter on set, and that is because my good friend Jonathan Burkhart, who is a fellow content creator, his content creation like Instagram website I'm going to link down below. It's called 1JB Digital Media. He's really awesome. He actually won a free creator kit from some company, and so he actually sent me that, and it came with a light and a tripod. So that's super awesome. I'm super excited to have that. That's equipment that I didn't have, and so I want to thank him one more time. I will link him in the description. Today's look is going to focus on eyes and lips, because with this quarantine, what I've really missed has been evening makeup, has been being able to go out, get together with my friends in the evening, and being a college student, you know, there's all kinds of things like socials and formals and just going out and having a good time. So today I'm actually going to do a more glamorous evening type eye makeup look and a bold lip for just if you're gonna be going out on the town, having a good time, you know, just wanting to spice up your look, and it's going to be a little darker than what I usually do, including eyeliner and fake eyelashes, which I don't usually do ever. So it's going to be a good time. Hang tight, and we're going to get started right now. First up, make sure to prime your eyes. You can use a concealer or an eye primer. I'm gonna go in with what I always use, the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So once I have my eyes primed, I'm going to start off with, surprise, surprise, the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 palette, because there's a lot of great transition shades, especially up in this area. So I'm gonna take my just fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna go in with these two shades right up here at the top. I always mix them together, and then I'm just going to run these through my crease. Next up, I'm going to go in with these two colors right next to the yellow, and I'm also going to run these over my crease, bring them a little higher towards my brow. Next, I'm going to go in with this brown color that's one over from the right side and is right next to the really dark pink shimmer. I like to get this on this brush, and I like to go in on my lid and in my outer crease, kind of making a V to kind of darken up my outer crease and the outer side of my lid to get my transition area ready for the darker colors that we're going to be using. And so then after I do that, I'm going to set down my fluffy brush. I'm going to pick up my more bristle-tipped brush, and I'm going to grab this color right here all the way on the right side of the palette. I'm going to dip it in there, tap off the excess, and I'm going to go in right over where I just did that outside V on my outer lid and my outer crease. Okay, so after I do that, I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm going to dip into that same color again, but I'm also going to dip into the shade right next to it, which is, it's a brown, but it has a little bit of a purpliness to it, and it has just the slightest bit of shimmer in it, which will also make that pop. And I use this color to really darken that up and give it just a more smoky, a more darker on the outside type vibe. After that step, you can really see how much that's really making a difference as you're darkening it up. You can see it's still light on the inside and it's still pretty dark on the outside, but it's not too harsh. You just want to make sure you keep blending it out. And if you think at this step that it's getting a little too harsh, or you think it's still a little too low in your crease, you can always go in with your blending brush and just make sure that all gets evened out to your liking. With this color, it's also like a brownish. It's all the way at the bottom, two over from the black color. And I'm taking this more defined brush. I'm just tapping it in there, tapping off the excess. And now I'm going to stamp it along my upper eyelash and stamp it a little bit in my outer crease in that same V to give this a pop of dark. So once I have that stamped on there, I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm going to blend this into the other colors we used. There's a definite gradient from the inside to outside of my eyes. It's smoky, it's warm. For me, this is probably where I would stop. I don't like to get my eyes too dark because I have small eyes, but you can obviously make it as dark and as bold as you want, so you can even go in with blacks, you could go in with like more plum colors, you could do what you want. I'm gonna stop here, but if you use that same technique of the stamping and the blending, you will have complete freedom as to how that's going to look on you. So now that I've finished kind of warming up everything and I finished like the outer corners, I'm going to take a little bit of that concealer and I'm going to take it on a small brush, like a more defined brush. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to take it on the inside of my eye, kind of stamp it, and just kind of blend the concealer out to about the middle of my eye. Once I have my concealer on there in both eyes, I'm going to go in with, again, a more flat, defined brush, and I'm going to take one of my shades that I used for my transition colors. I'm going to use this lighter brown we first used, and then the second color we used to warm that up. I'm going to take them on this brush, and I'm going to dab that on my center eye and use that to blend out the concealer into the darker shades we used on the outside. So once I have that color, now it's going to be time for me to go in with my shimmer shade, because I prepped this, made this super light so that my shimmer would just really pop and look super, super beautiful. So I'm going to go in with this color right here, all the way on the end of that palette. It's just a light, it's not really silver, but it's kind of just like a more like transparent, just shimmer. You'll see what I mean once I put it on, and that's why I love it so much. I'm taking this on my finger, and I'm dabbing it in on my inner corner of my eye where the exposed concealer is. Look how much color that brings. It brings just a bright richness, just like sparkle, but it's not like, wow, that's silver. It's just such a beautiful color. So I'm gonna go back in with that same brush I used to put those darker colors in on my center lid, and I'm gonna do the same thing one more time right on the edge of that silver, just to make sure things are blended out and not harsh. Once you have that on there, go back in with your blending brush, and I'm going to go in with that first brown shade that we used on the outer part of my eye, but this time I'm going to take it in my crease, and I'm going to bring it just all the way in on the crease to help blend out all those colors, make sure there's no harsh lines, and just give it a more finished, refined look. So then, once I have done that, I'm going to take, again, this small, defined, like, pointy, I guess, brush, and I'm going to go in with the first brown we used, and then the second one. Dab in there and go in on my lower lash line. All right, so after you do that step, that'll just kind of help blend in the top of your eye to the bottom and just make it look way more cohesive. So once you do that, I'm going to take this super bright white up here in the corner, just take that on my finger and tap it into my inner corner of my eyes to give it just an extra pop of brightness and bring that attention to the center of my eye. I'm going to do a black winged eyeliner. I'm probably not going to include this footage in the video just because I'm a hot mess when I'm doing it and I'll have to get super close to my mirror so you aren't even going to be able to see me anyway. But basically what I'm going to do is how I make my wing is I start from the bottom right here where my lashes are. I draw my line, whether that's like going to be out, more up. I draw just my straight line first. Then I take it from the corner and I draw it in towards my eye. All right, guys, so I'm back. I did my wings. Again, that's just all up to preference. You can do yours more up, out, longer. I just don't like huge, gigantic wings on me, so that's just how it's gonna be. So I'm going to go in with a light layer of mascara. It's the Tarte Amazonian Clay mascara on my top lashes just to get me a little bit prepped for my fakes because I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I'm not very great at putting fake lashes on. My roommate freshman year was on the dance team, and she's like phenomenal at putting on lashes. So if I'm being honest, I just learned trial by error because I would have her put mine on, and then she left for dance team nationals, and I was like, I need to put them on, I don't know how. So I'm not really fantastic at it. I've been kind of practicing, you know, I watch these YouTubers like tweezers and stuff. I'm like, I'm not putting something sharp that close to my eye. My nails will be fine. So I have my Ardell Demi Wispies. These are the ones that I like because I feel like they look a little more natural than a lot. Ew, these are kind of chunking together. Yeah, I'm not a fake lash expert, but I think they look a little more natural than like anything else I've ever tried because I have small eyes. Like, you can't see, they're like kind of thin, but they like get longer as they go out, so it makes my eyes, I think, look a little bigger. Again, we're in this together. We're just gonna try this together. I'm gonna take this and just like rub it on the end of my lash. And I'm gonna do that thing that I see people do. I've never done this, but I think you just like shake it to make it like tacky so it sticks better. I usually just put on the glue and just try to shove it on, and then usually doesn't work, so I just give up and I just don't wear lashes. All right, the moment of truth. I'm going to attempt to put this on. Okay. Actually, I've decided we're just giving up. We're not doing fakes. Sorry, I gave up. I promise I can do them though. I've done them myself and they've actually looked pretty good. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Alrighty, so now onto my lip. I have my mascara, my eyeshadow, my eyeliner. Great, good to go. So now I'm gonna go in just with plain chapstick. And then I'm actually going to be using one of the Kylie lip kits. I love this color. It's called, well, it's one of the matte liquid lipsticks. And this is the Head Over Heels lipstick. It's like this purplish, like kind of like pinky, like neutral shade. And I have the matching lip liner here. And so I'm gonna go in with the lip liner. I don't overline my lips. Again, you do you, overline, underline, whatever you wanna do. I'm gonna go in, line my lips with this, and then apply the lipstick. So now that I have my liner on, it's time to actually go in with the matte liquid lip. Look how gorgeous this is. Yes. So I'm going to apply this all over my lips and kind of on the edge of my lip liner to give it a more finished look. And voila. Look how beautiful this shade is. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry, I'm not this much of a hot mess in real life, so I'm apologize that I like completely failed at like doing my lashes. That my skin looks kind of like a shedded snake skin, like it's just like not working today. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks guys.